Hey guys, what is up? Yes, we are currently in my bathroom right now. Gentry David is currently sleeping and it is 8, almost 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna attempt to get ready for the day while he's sleeping. We're doing really good today, but the last week or so, he's definitely woken up a lot more, and like the first 2 weeks he was home, he would nurse and go right to sleep like clockwork. Like I didn't have to like help him go to bed or put him to bed or whatever it was. Like he would just sleep like that. But between like now we're heading into 1 month, so like starting around like 3 weeks, he has started to wake up a little bit more. So after each feeding, his wake times are a little bit longer. Sorry, I'm watching him on the monitor right now. His wake times are a little bit longer, and then it's also getting harder and harder for him to go to bed on his own, so we have to help him go to bed. I'm gonna try and take a really quick shower before he wakes up. Sometimes he does really good and he'll sleep for like 2 hours straight and like nothing will wake him, and then other times he'll only sleep for like 30 minutes and wake up, or an hour and wake up. So I'm hoping that it is one of those days where he sleeps for 2 hours, just so I can get a few things done. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but I am soloing it today. Gentry is at church this morning, and then he actually has to drive all the way to Cincinnati for one of his friends' weddings, so he won't be back until probably like midnight, if not later. And so we are doing it on our own today, which makes me a little nervous, just in terms of like how the day will go, because I will be honest and say like the last week it's just been a little frustrating getting him to sleep, because he'll like fall asleep when I'm holding him and rocking him, but then the minute I put him down in his bassinet or the snuggle me or whatever it is, he wakes right back up. Sometimes it's immediately, sometimes he'll wake up within like 15-20 minutes. So I'm really hoping today is a lucky day and a blessed day, and we are able to get stuff done. So I was able to get ready a little bit and wash some of his bottles and stuff like that. I'm just preparing for his next feed, which is at 10, and I'm gonna feed him a bottle. And one of the reasons why I do that is because I will be going to work in about 2 or 3 weeks, and so during that time I want him to be able to take to a bottle while also being able to breastfeed as well. And he's been doing really good at both. It does take him a much longer time to drink from a bottle than it does to breastfeed. Like he'll be done breastfeeding within 10 or 15 minutes, but when it comes to taking to a bottle, it takes him 30, sometimes 45 minutes, and sometimes even more than that. And so I did purchase one size up in like nipples for a bottle, just because I do notice that it does take them a long time. So I just kind of want to do like process of elimination and see if a different size nipple helps him a little bit more. So we'll see with that. We'll see how today goes. Hey, Bubba. I think he's starting to wake up for his feed. He knows it's almost time. Okay. I feel like this can be the most stressful part, is waiting for the bottle to be warmed up, especially when he's really, really hungry. And yeah, right? You're really hungry. So, but it's almost ready. I am giving him about 4.5, 5 ounces, so we'll see how much he takes. Every day it's really different, really different. So it is currently 3:30 and we've hit the time of day where he just does not want to sleep and he just wants to feed. And I woke him up around 1:30 for his feeding, and he breastfed for about 15-20 minutes, and then I noticed he started getting sleepy, so I tried to put him to sleep, but then he just kept fighting and fighting sleep. So I tried to feed him again. He fed for like another 5-10 minutes, still would not fall asleep, and now we're at his next feeding, which is like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and he is gulping down another bottle. So he just really loves to fight sleep, but yeah, it can be pretty exhausting. I've been trying to get him to sleep for like the last 2.5 hours, 2 hours-ish. So yeah. So I popped into the other room just for a second because he's finally asleep. I don't know what it is, but it's either, it doesn't happen like all day, but it's either between the times of 1 and 4, 4 and 7, or 7 and 10, that he just does not want to nap whatsoever. And I will feed him like so much. For some reason the battery went out. But I'll feed him like so much and he doesn't want to nap. And he fights it. Like he'll fall asleep for like 10 minutes and then he'll wake himself back up and start crying and all of that stuff. And so then I'll check his diaper, change it if it's dirty, and all that stuff. And then we do this continual cycle where like he'll fall asleep for 10 minutes and then wake himself up. He'll stay up for like 30 minutes and then can't fall back asleep again. So he finally fell asleep, but that's because I fed him more milk. I fed him in a bottle. So he ended up sleeping from 4:20, 4:30-ish to about 6:30 is when he started like naturally waking up. And we are trying out the new bottle. I sterilized it and washed it and everything. And he's getting down the milk about the same as he would if he was breastfeeding, so that gives me some hope. We had to change him out of his clothes that he was wearing because he peed all over them, so we got him in some new clothes, and I'm just hoping that this feeding goes really well. I was able to do some journaling and like prayer journaling and eat dinner and do some dishes and stuff, which is honestly like very rare. Typically, like, I don't get a lot of stuff done, and if I do get stuff done, it's mostly in the mornings and like early afternoons, like going for a walk or stuff like that. But like I said, every day is very, very different, and we're trying out different things to help with those afternoon / early evening naps. And yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry if you can hear the TV in the background, but he is currently sleeping. He went to sleep at 8:30, and I'm gonna wake him up really soon for just like his last feeding before the night. So at nighttime, we've been able to take longer stretches because he's past his birth weight. So we do one long stretch of 5 hours and then one long stretch of 4 hours. We were told not to exceed 5-hour stretches at night until after he's a month old. So we'll probably try and do longer stretches once he hits like 6-week mark. But as of right now, we do a feeding at 10, a feeding at 3 a.m., and then his morning feed, which is 7 a.m. Gentry's not going to get back until like 1 a.m. tonight. And so one of the things that I do to prepare just the house and everything for nighttime is I start shutting off the lights. I make it really dim, really like not noisy whatsoever. And typically I'll wake him up, we'll change his diaper, make sure he has a fresh diaper on, put him in his sleep sack, and then I'll feed him. Sometimes he'll need a diaper change again, but I try and do a really full feeding of like 20 to 30 minutes, like till the point where he's really tired, just so he goes to bed right away. And most nights he does good. Some nights, I know last night I had to use the pacifier multiple times to get him to quiet down. So even though I started feeding him at like 9:45, he didn't actually go to bed and like fall asleep until around 10:30. And then we woke up around 3 a.m. for his like next feed, but he woke up naturally. Like my alarm didn't go off. He was able to tell us when he wanted to be fed. So yeah, so we've been doing that, and then typically he feeds really, really good, or not feeds, he sleeps really good after his 3 a.m. feed. But I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that it was just a lot of me talking about his routine and doing things around the house while he's sleeping and stuff like that. And so I think ultimately today was a really good day, postpartum wise too. I'll admit the first 2 weeks, even 3 weeks home, I like hardly ate anything, and I dropped weight really, really fast. And I know it's not healthy, but it's really difficult sometimes when your baby is not wanting to take naps and honestly just not wanting to take naps and stuff like that. And then you feel like you can't get anything done because you gotta soothe them to sleep or contact nap or whatever it is. And so it can make it really difficult for me to actually eat three meals a day. So today was really good in the sense that I was actually able to eat 3 meals today. Like I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which literally I have not done the last 3 weeks. So I hope we're on an upward is that the word? Upward, yeah, curve. But I also try and like before he goes to bed, I try and think about like what I want the next day to look like, and just kind of like, I don't know, romanticize the day, even though every day is different and I can never count on the same things happening every single day. It does help me to just think about, oh, like waking up and getting my coffee and devotions in the morning, or going for a walk with him, or whatever it is. Just thinking about those things really help a lot to progress the day. Progress, is that the word? Something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a long one, it was very chatty, but I really appreciate you guys watching. And if you want to see more newborn content, newborn routines, all that stuff, definitely like and subscribe to see more. I do want to disclaim that like both Gentry and I were first time parents and we're figuring things out, and so the things that I choose to share on this YouTube channel about what we're doing and how we're doing it, again, we're just figuring it out. We're trying to figure out what works best for our newborn, and I'm just going with that. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.